Yes, good morning dear students. I hope you have not wasted your time unnecessarily, because we were in the higher secondary second year. So overall we have been bonded well to travel in the higher secondary second year in a well manner. And apart from that, coming to the SRK, which is always specialized in providing what are all the needs of the students. In such a case, in such condition, SRK has been throwing its online classes right from KG to plus 2, and especially for the public exam going students like 10th, plus 1 and plus 2, we are conducting the live online classes. The timing will be the timing has been messaged to you, so follow the timing for 10th standard, follow the timing for plus 1 and plus 2. Here we are not only taking for the students of SRK, it is a social activity where all the students in the society, all the higher secondary students of government schools or the other schools can watch this in the YouTube channel. They can mention this, but you should attend your subject classes. That is a must and no other excuses. Whatever the assignments that has been given to you, you try to complete it as good as you can. And moreover, convey the message to your friends so that they too can make use of the facilities which you are getting. It may be for the online classes or it may be for the admissions of the other classes too, right? So pass the message. Now let us directly move to the class which we have left in the half the way in the previous class, in fact in the last class, going to the text. So now we have seen our CASUARINA tree written by the poet Toro Dutt in the last class. We have seen the first couple of stanza in the previous class, and unfortunately we are unable to continue with that since the public examination has been announced. And after that a lot of collapse has been happened in the information that has been provided by the government. But at last we are coming here, and I am not directly going to the third stanza which I have to be started right by now. Rather, since it took a couple of 3 weeks more, it used to be hard to grasp what the poem is all about. So I am going to just revise the first couple of stanza, and then let us rush up the first couple of stanza, and then we can move to the third stanza. Right? And Toro Dutt, we have already seen that what kind of poet he is, what are his other important works. Here, our CASUARINA tree, and I have told you what tree it is, what kind of position it will be. It has been explained to you comfortably. Let us revise the lines which we have seen in the last class. Like a huge python winding round and round, the rugged trunk intended deep with scars, up to its very summit near the stars, a creeper climbs in whose embraces bound, no other tree could live. No other tree could live. So let us sum up the first three and a half lines. Like a huge python, we all know python is a kind of snake. We can see the snake, how it used to spiral round the tree. The snake used to spiral round and round and round in the tree. Like that, like a huge python winding round and round, like a huge snake, as it used to wind on the trees round and round, the rugged trunk indented deep with scars. So like this, the plant, the creeper has been winded on the tree. Which tree? CASUARINA tree. at its very young age. So it has been, since it has been creeped, then from that position the tree used to grow more and more and more, but this winded python, nothing but the creeper, used to crush the stem, of the casuarina tree. So the rugged trunk intended deep with scars. So since this creeper has been tightened the skin and the body of the tree, it has been wounded. When we are going to remove that creeper, no, it used to be attached together, and we should drag it and remove it. If you are going to drag it and remove the creeper, we can see the scars on the casuarina tree. The scars have been made by the python, which means for a long year the creeper used to be creeped in the casuarina tree. See, up to its very summit near the star, that the upmost hill, the topmost hill, like that the casuarina tree is up to its summit. It has grown to its maximum height, as if it was not touching to the moon or sun, touching to the stars, which is far behind all these things, right? A creeper climbs in whose embraces brown. The creeper climbs in the trees and it embraces. And I have told you the explanation in the previous class between embraces and embarrassing. Embarrassing means creating a tough situation or an guilty situation. But here embraces means used to have a soft hug like that. So the creeper used to have a soft hug, and no other tree could live like that. No other tree could live like that with the creeper. But gallantly, nothing but bravely, but gallantly, see, the giant wears a scarf. But gallantly the giant wears a scarf, and the flowers are hung in crimson clusters, all the boughs among, whereon all day are gathered bird and bee, and off at nights the garden overflows with one sweet song that seems to have no close, sung darkling from our tree while men repose. See, no other tree could live. That is a different story. But gallantly, but bravely, the giant wears a scarf. The giant here refers to the well-grown casuarina tree. The giant here refers to because the most important question this is, which used to be asked in the comprehension questions. In the comprehension question, who is the giant? The giant refers here to whom? This is what the 1 mark which used to be asked to you. The giant wears a scarf, and this is a personified line where the tree is compared to a giant, right? The giant wears a scarf. Scarf here, what kind of scarf that the giant wearing? Nothing but look at the tree. Look at the tree. This is a casuarina tree. At the top, this creeper used to be climbed, and the flowers used to be hung on the top of the trees. So the flowers look as if like the casuarina tree is wearing a scarf, a red scarf, right? These flowers are not the flowers of the casuarina tree. Rather, these flowers are the flowers of the creepers which used to be climbed in the casuarina tree. Right? Right. We can come to the text once again. The giant wears the scarf, nothing but the casuarina tree wearing the flowers right on the top, and the flowers are hung in crimson clusters, in groups. The flowers used to hang all the boughs among, all the bows among, all the flowers are bowing on the casuarina tree, which looks so beautiful, which looks almost red in color, almost like wearing the scarf, whereon all day are gathered bird and bee. Remember one thing, that is what here the atmosphere has been described by Torodot. We should appreciate that while we are reading, because see, whenever we have a good atmosphere, always the birds will be. If we have good atmosphere, the birds will be there. See, a good tree, a giant tree is there, and the creepers used to climb there, and the creepers used to have good flowers. In such conditions, always there will be, whereon all the day, throughout the day, the tree used to gather the bird and bee. The bird used to be there on the casuarina tree. The bees used to be there on the casuarina tree. The bee used to take the honey from the flowers, right? The nectars from the flowers. The bird used to nestle there. The bird used to take rest there. So whereon all day are gathered bird and bee, and often at night the garden overflows, and often at night, almost every now and then, during the night time in the garden overflows. What overflows? Water. Let us see in the next class. Overflows with one sweet song. Sweet song. So what kind of bird will give us a sweet song? So undoubtedly it is the cuckoo bird which used to sing the cuckoo song. So with one sweet song that seems to have no close. So always the cuckoo bird which nestled there used to give some sweet cuckoo song. Right? Sung, the song sung, darkling from our tree while men repose. Because men used to work all along the day, and during the night time the man used to take rest. So while they are taking rest, this cuckoo bird is giving such a sweet song throughout the night, every now and then. In fact, very often the song will be sung by the cuckoo bird. This is what the sum up of the first stanza, and we have been already through the first couple of stanza. So I hope you would have regained what we have been taught in the first stanza in the previous class. Now let us go to the second. Right. When first my casement is wide open thrown at dawn, my eyes delighted on its rest. So when my first casement is nothing but the nearby house, the window in the nearby house is mentioned here as casement. Casement refers to the window. When first my casement is wide open thrown, when in the early morning, for the first time, the windows has been open in the first morning. At dawn means the sun rising time, early morning. That is what the dawn. At dawn, my eyes delighted on its rest. So throughout the night, he or she used to have sound sleep, a comfortable sleep in the sweet melody, in the sweet atmosphere. So while they are getting up in the morning, they have been delighted on his rest. Such a comfortable rest has been taken by the individual. So they are much delighted. Sometimes and most in winter, on his crest a grey baboon sits statue like alone, watching the sunrise while on lower boughs, his puny offspring leap about and play. His puny offspring leap about and play. And far and near, see, and far and near, kokilas hail the day. And far and near, kokilas hail the day. See, so sometimes, so they are having a much better rest, and sometimes, and most in the winter, on its crest refers to the almost like a top of the tree, right? A great baboon sit like statue alone. So the tree is there, on the top of the tree a grey color baboon used to sit like a statue during the winter season, most of the winter season, like alone watching the sunrise. See how good it will be in such a kind of good atmosphere. If the sunrise, if you are going to sit under the tree or the top of the tree, if you are going to listen how the sun is rising, it is going to be the beautiful atmosphere. It is going to be the beautiful atmosphere. Watching the sunrise while on the lower boughs, and nothing but on the lower branches, sitting on the lower branches sometimes. His puny offspring leaps about and play. So here his puny, nothing but it's the baby monkey, the baboon and its baby monkey. His baby monkey used to offspring leap about and play on the branches. Here the boughs refers to the branches. On the branches the baboon used to fly here and there, jump here and there and play comfortably. See how many people have been admiring, have been using this casuarina tree. The creeper, first of all, it is using. The people are getting shadow. The people are getting good atmosphere. The birds are nestling in it. The baboons and its punis are playing there. The men having good atmosphere. The birds are nestling there. The birds are singing with good atmosphere. See what a kind of naturalistic theory has been framed here as a poem, right? And far near the kokilas and far near the day, and far near the kokilas hail the day, and to their pastures went our sleepy cows, and in the shadow on the broad tank cast, but by that hoar tree, so beautiful and vast, the water lily spring like snow enmeshed, right? And far from the near kokilas, here the punis are playing in the boughs, nothing but the baboons are playing on the branches of the trees. And look at there, and far and near, if you are going to see far and near, kokilas, nothing but the singing birds. Kokilas are nothing but the singing birds, and far and near kokilas hail the day, nothing but it used to sing throughout the day. The name has been especially framed by the poet for the singing bird, right? And not only with that, so far we have seen human being, baboons, birds, and now look at the other thing. Look at the other thing in the atmosphere. And to their pastures went our sleepy cows. Even the cows used to grass, eat the grass which is grown nearby the trees. Even the cow used to come there for vending, right, to take its grass as a food, right? And in the shadow on the broad tank cast, in the shadow, nothing but the The tree is giving a huge shadow. Even the grazing cows used to come by the side and take rest, right, in the shadow of the casuarina tree. And in the shadow on the broad tank cast, by that hoar means nothing but the hoar here refers to the tree, nothing but the snowy tree, right, the tree, the hoar tree, nothing but the huge tree, which means the huge tree. Behind the shadow of the hoar tree, these living beings are taking rest in between. So beautiful and vast. So if all kind of atmosphere is going to be there, see, it is going to be so beautiful and vast place. The beautiful is to be spread all over the site. The water lilies spring like snow enmassed, as if the snow has been collected together, as white as the snow is going to be. The water lilies used to be spring there. Okay, with this the previous class revision has been over. Now let us go to the new stanza, which is to be newly conducted. So coming to the third stanza, which means the next page, I hope you people will be having the text in your hand. If not, we have already sent you the link, or else you people can just pay the first term fees and collect the entire textbook. The textbook is ready in the school. Limited textbook only we could able to purchase, because if you are going to come at the last, you may get the original textbook or you may not, right? So come and collect your textbook by paying the first term fees, and or else if you are not going to have at present, you just take the printout, so that it will be easy for you to follow. It is very easy to write down the meanings in between. So, but not because of its magnificence. Magnificence means it is so good, tremendous. So, it is so beautiful, it is so useful to other living beings, and etc. It used to goes on what we have discussed, what we have revised in the first two stanzas. So, but not because of its magnificence. Dear is casuarina to my soul. Not only this casuarina tree is not very closer to me. This casuarina tree is not much closer to me because of the magnificence, beauty and other things. Rather this beautiful tree is much closer to my soul. Whose soul? To the poet's soul. Note this line. Here the soul refers to whom? Abdinu kepanga. They will be asking that. You should write the answer. Here the soul refers to the soul of the poet or a dirt. Right? The deer is a casuarina tree, which means the casuarina tree having a much bondship, the relationship, the long-term relationship with the poet, right? As if they are very much close to their soul. The casuarina tree is very much close to the soul of the poet or a dirt. Beneath it, in addition with it, we have played, though years may roll. So beneath the casuarina tree, this poet used to play under the tree as a small kid. See how long it has been happened? Though years may roll, a long number of years, more number of years has been rolled down, has been passed. A number of years would have been passed, but still Those beautiful days have been remembered by Toradot. Whenever he going to see that, she going to see that, right? So beneath, the poet have played under this casuarina tree, though the years may rule, nothing but a long years back, the poet plays under the tree. Oh, sweet companions, sweet. So see, the poet is saying that the casuarina tree is a sweet companion to her. The poet says that it is a sweet companion. Who is the sweet companion here? The casuarina tree is a sweet companion here, loved with love intense, loved with intense love, so deep love, so strong love. See, what a kind of love does the poet have with the tree? The love for tree, the love between the poet and the tree. It is so intense. Oh, sweet companion, loved with love intense. See what a kind of stress has been laid there. See what a kind of stress has been laid there in order to stress the love, stress the bondship, nothing but the bondship between Toradot and the sweet tree has been measured in this half of the line. Loved with love intense. See how good it is, how good the words are. For your sakes shall the tree be ever dear. For your sakes shall the tree be ever dear. For whatever the sake, not it is for the namesake. For one's own use shall the tree be ever dear. So the tree has been ever and ever for a long time for its own dear one. Okay, for its own dear one. This particular tree has been spending its life for the creepers, for the birds, for the baboons, for the grazing cows, and moreover my lovable companion for me. Me refers to the Toradot, right? Blunt with your images, all your images has been captured by the tree. So our soul, we ourselves has been blunt with the images. It shall arise. So how the tree was years back, this used to comes to the memory of the Toradot. Used to come back. So in years back, this casuarina tree looks like this. It is so good like that. It comes back to their memory. It shall arise in memory. It shall arise in memory. Till the hot tears blind my eyes. Till the hot tears. When they are going to think that the eyes used to be filled with tears, which means they are feeling the happiness in that, right? In memory, till the hot tears blind my eyes. This is what he used to say. The tears used to blind the eyes. The vision will not be clear. Rather, the memory will be much clear, which means the vision will not be clear like on that situation. But the memory which is in the mind used to give the clear picture of the tree which has been there over years back. Right. What is that dirge like murmur? What is the dirge like murmur that I hear? What is the dirge like murmur that I hear? Like the sea breaking on a single beach. What is that dirge like murmur? So some kind of sad murmuring used to be. Dirge means a sad like murmur that I hear. Some kind of murmuring, sad murmuring used to be heard there. like the sea breaking on the shingle beach, on the shingle beach. Nothing but shingle beach refers to the stony beach. We used to say that Kurangal, like that, right, on the beach side. So one, it used to be when the beach in the seashore, when the water is going to flow on the shingle like strong stones, some kind of sound used to be here. Like that, some kind of murmuring sound used to be here there. It is nothing but it is the trees lament. It is nothing but the trees lament, and eerie speech that an eerie speech like. So it is the trees lament. Laments means a kind of sad murmuring words of the trees, and eerie speech that happily to unknown land may reach. Nothing but the last 4 lines, Torodot is little bit sad, because what he is saying is, what Torodot saying is, until the death, until my eyes to be closed, until my eyes used to be closed with the tears, it used to be remembered in my memories, and as if the trees also, because of their own bondship, it used to murmur as if the water used to spray on the seashore, some kind of murmuring sound, bush sound, murmuring sound used to hear, no, like that. The tree is shaking here and there, where some kind of murmuring sound has been happened. Now Torodot is comparing that particular casuarina tree is too feeling sad by missing me, right? With this, let that stop in this class. We will just go through it, and enjoy the sceneries. Apart from this, no other assignment. Go through and understand the words and style of Torodot. We will be continuing in the next class. Thank you.